Now, folks, I don't want to bring up any painful memories, but on Monday they held the Iowa caucuses, and this year they held it in the traditional state of Iowa. And the winners were Hillary Clinton and Ted Cruz. Not sure what they won. I'm guessing it's deep fried. And everybody else lost. And listen, here's the thing. I know that being a candidate, it can't be a picnic. Your every move is watched and criticized as you kiss babies and shake hands and do your best not to mix those two things up. And guys like me are just waiting for you to stumble, and that's not fair, okay? Just look for any mistake you've made. It's so cutthroat and heartless. It's like the Hunger Games. No, it's more than that. It's the Hungry for Power Games! Yes! Welcome! Welcome! Yes! My eyebrows are too excited to be contained by my forehead. Yes, welcome, citizens, to the Hungry for Power Games. Tributes, assemble! Yes, so just look at them, the pride of the districts. There used to be so many of them. Now there are just too many of them. I'm like a cheetah culling the herd. But alas, citizens, there has been a bloodbath in Iowa's Cornucopia. An unprecedented harvest of brave tributes, including an old friend.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul will suspend his campaign for the presidency.
Here was part of the statement that Rand Paul sent out. The fight is far from over. I will continue to carry the torch for liberty in the United States Senate.
Yes, the torch of liberty still burns. Just keep it away from whatever it is that's nesting on your head. The Kentucky senator and self-certified ophthalmologist started strong with a series of viral videos setting fire to the United States tax code, throwing it in a wood chipper and shredding it with a chainsaw. Now that his campaign is over, let us take a page from Rand Paul's book of heavy-handed metaphors. Goodbye, Rand. You're toast. Oh, no. There's nothing we can do. He remains white bread. On Monday, Dr. Paul came in 5th in the Iowa caucus with only 4.5% of the vote. You'd think, being an eye doctor, he would have seen this coming. Losing or losing. Losing or losing. I'm a pirate. Alas, people had such high hopes for Rand winning, in that those who hoped were clearly high. But Senator Paul should take some comfort in living up to his father's legacy of also not being president. Also tossed on the funeral pyre of politics this week was Democratic candidate Martin O'Malley, or as you may know him, do I know him? It seems that the high fructose voters of Iowa could not relate to a man in his 50s with abs like that. He'll now return to his natural habitat, playing sleeveless guitar in a Viagra commercial. But we have lost yet another tribute to the blood pits of Capital City.
Mike Huckabee announced he is ending his campaign.
It's time to officially suspend the campaign, but not because of the votes. It's because of illness. Obviously, the voters are sick of me.
Oh, good one! Oh, trade droll. Good one, Governor Huckabee. As they say, brevity is the soul of wit, and yours was a very witty campaign indeed. Huckabee's boldest stratagem was defending Kim Davis, the Kentucky clerk who refused same-sex marriage licenses and cream rinse. Huckabee even said this.
If somebody needs to go to jail, I'm willing to go in her place.
Yes, jail, the White House, anywhere the government is picking up the rent. He just needs a place to crash. And finally, we must honor our last fallen tribute, former Virginia governor and future not president of the United States, Jim Gilmore. Because when the votes were counted in Iowa, Gilmore won 12. Not 12%, not 12 delegates, 12 people. That's fewer than the members of Chubbawamba. I get knocked down. To put that, I get up again. To put it, never gonna put it in perspective. To put that in perspective, in layman's terms, if you lined those people up from end to end, it would be easy because there are only 12 of them. Keep this in mind. He only got 12 votes. That is less, and this is true, we looked it up, than the number of people in Iowa named Jim Gilmore. All of whom are now, because I said that, more electable than Jim Gilmore. Naturally, Gilmore withdrew from the race with the gracious... What? What's that? He's still running? Does he know that he's still running? Well, then let us now bid farewell to the fallen who have fallen. But for the rest, your time in the political arena is over. Brave tributes, your campaigns may be over, but your memory will live until we go to commercial.